Alright, so ever since Netmarble gave away one Holy Relic for free, everyone should basically have Thonar's Holy Relic. And if you have a Holy Relic, you can basically farm out at least a couple of the floors, maybe not floor 3, depending on sort of the units you have. But at least floor 1 and 2 shouldn't be too much of a problem. And by that, then you can sort of start farming out. More Holy Relics every week and stuff like that. And what that Holy Relic also enables is, of course, a lot more teams. So basically what we're gonna use is we're gonna use the full Ragnarok team with Freyja and Freyr, the brother-sister combo. She herself is gonna increase her attack-related stats by up to 28% because all 4 units will be on the field. The second part here, like, she won't increase the pierce rate. I think she can only debuff the little mobs, or the, well, SKOLL and Hati when they're in their small form. I'm pretty sure they can't be debuffed when they're on their big form. I could be wrong, but there is that. Like, she's probably not gonna benefit from that anyway. Freyr, of course, is gonna increase her all stats by between 5 and up to 15%, so that is really nice. That is another 5 to 15% attack-related stats on top of her 28% already, as well as on top of the 40% she's gonna get from here. So basically, she's pretty much always gonna crit. She does miss it sometimes, but most of the time she's gonna crit, and we do have Brunhild here for her ultimate. Just sort of heal us. Now, of course, Brunhild herself, she's gonna just basically increase her own stats. She's a very, very selfish unit that way, but she's kind of a nice unit as well. She does hit quite hard with her single target attacks, so that's why we bring her. But the Holy Relic itself is basically gonna negate the HP-related stat decrease that the mobs apply to us. We're gonna get up to 40% HP-related stats. We will be able to heal from lifesteal, so that is really nice. The equipment I have on them is attack crit, HP defense, and attack crit, and the only weird thing is I have crit resistance on the middle pieces for Thonar. That's sort of basically a relic from when I was using the Ban King Patience team. I do have a video up on that as well. And the card set is, of course, the Demonic Beast card set. You do need to have the Deer card as well, so yeah. We're just gonna go ahead and give this a go. Now, I did sort of record this 4 weeks ago, actually, on a Sunday. I believe it was like the 5th of February. I do have a recording of this, where I basically ran the bird, the deer, and the wolves with sort of a full Ragnarok team. But that video, it sort of was way too long. I felt like it was too boring. I never released it. This is sort of a redemption arc for her. And we'll just go ahead and... oh, actually, I need to target a mob, like I didn't do on stream. You do have to target them. So here we're basically gonna get 2 stacks of her Holy Relic passive. That's 20% HP-related stats, which of course is gonna increase her survivability a little bit. And as you can see, she basically crits every single time, and if she crits, she's gonna hit damage cap on at least floor 1. I do kind of want to have Freyr's ultimate just for the second floor. It's not really needed, but it does help out a lot, so that is what I'm gonna try to aim for. I'm just gonna hit like that. This is gonna hit another damage cap. He is basically easily gonna be able to kill, and I think everyone's gonna get their ults essentially, except for Brunhild. But that is fine. I can attack once with Brunhild. We can get her ultimate for the final phase, just in case I do need to heal. Oh, I didn't kill. I overestimated my damaging abilities here. But I should still be fine. The little mob will, of course, taunt up. Usually this just takes 2 turns. The second phase takes 1 turn and the final phase takes 1 turn. But alright, it's whatever. I'll just do this and... yeah. We'll save that card. I'll try to get both Freyja and Freyr's victory screen, so we'll see sort of what sort of attacks I actually do end up using here. We'll waste that, I can keep this or use this. Actually, I'll use this attack first. This attack is gonna do 60% of the boss's health. Then of course this attack and any sort of other attack is gonna kill. I'll just not chance it and I'll use a little bit stronger attack, because I do still kind of need to hit. Well, here it looks like 6% of the boss's health, but I don't know, we'll see. So basically Freyja, of course, by now, let's see how many stacks of his passive we have. And I actually did want to save her ultimate for this phase, because they did remove the damage cap, which is really nice. Alright, so Freyr got his stats reduced here, but we do have 2 passive stacks of Freyr. That's 10% all stat increase. We do have the 40% attack related stat increase, as well as like full stacks of her passive. So that is an additional 28%. And all that comes down to is 78% attack related stats, so that's very nice actually. She has 41,000 attack, 194% crit chance, so she's basically gonna crit every time. 322.9% crit damage, so her crit damage is gonna hit for hard, as well as we having Zariel here, who's gonna basically make her ignore 50% of the enemy's crit defense, so that's really nice as well. Her ultimate, of course, is only a 2/6 ultimate. It is both a wave and a abyss type ultimate, but because it's a wave type ultimate, the multipliers make it so that it's sort of better than a 2/6 regular abyss type ultimate when you're hitting 2 enemies, so that's what we're doing here. That is sort of a really good thing here. I'll just do this. I want to have a victory screen with her, and I actually don't need to attack with anyone else, so this is gonna kill. Even if she doesn't kill, like the abyss type ultimate is gonna kill. There we go. Both of them died, and we get a nice Freyja victory screen. Floor 1 isn't really that difficult. Everyone should easily be able to beat it with sort of any hodgepodge team if you do have Thonar as well as her Holy Relic. Here though, we do have a full Ragnarok team, which is kind of nice. So there are of course variations you can run with the Ragnarok team. Anytime a new Ragnarok unit comes out, you can of course try it out with Freyja and Freyr and Thonar of course. And see, maybe sometimes you don't even need like a healer. I kinda like to have a healer because it just makes it a little bit easier, even though sometimes you do take a lot of damage. Here we'll just do this. Now another thing about Freyja as well as Freyr, they are both like, of course, Ragnarok characteristic units, but they also have a new type of characteristics which is sort of unique to them at the moment, and that is a god type characteristic. Now what that sort of implies, of course, is we're gonna get a bunch of new Ragnarok units who are god type units, and we, of course, in PvP we are gonna see sort of a god type team, as well as we have like the goddess types teams, we have demon type teams, humans, sort of all of those race type teams. We also have characteristic type teams like the Ragnarok team as well, which of course she can be a part of if you so wish to run her on that team. What this opens up is her not just being buffed by units who are Ragnarok units, of course because of her passive, but by god type units who sort of buff specifically god type units, so that could make her a very strong unit for future sort of teams. That is also sort of a downside, of course, because you do want to play around with teams that are a safe bet, and of course like running her isn't really that much of a safe bet now, is it? Because, or like getting her for like future content, we keep getting these types of units where, like the last unit we got like that is of course the King, the Valentine's King, who buffs sort of Sin's units, and we don't know if we're gonna get a really good red, blue or green Sin unit in the future. We probably are. I mean, this game is called the 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross, right? We probably are, but I don't really like Netmarble releasing units like that where they're sort of meant to buff a team which at the moment doesn't have any really good units for it. Like they should release the, you know, the Esterosa for the demon teams. They should release that for the Ragnarok team and then sort of have a unit that gains benefits or buffs Ragnarok units. At least that's in my opinion done. But we're just gonna remove it like this. That's another good thing about Freyr is he has a stance cancelling card, so that comes in handy very much. Here though, I think will that be enough? Like, she will most definitely crit, and we attack with that card here. That should be enough. He has 40% HP. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I could have gotten Brunhild's ultimate, but I guess I'll get it the following turn right here. We do still have Freyr's ultimate, and we're actually gonna use Freyja's ultimate as well. Now of course Freyr did get his attack related stats reduced. He should still be able to hit damage cap, and I do have him at 6/6, so his damage cap is gonna hit for hard. We do that, and I'm actually gonna attack with her right now, because this little mob here doesn't have a damage cap, unlike the big ones who have damage caps at, what is it, 30%. So the Abyss type ultimate is of course gonna be limited to 20% damage of the 30% damage, because a 2/6, or actually 30% damage, because a 2/6 is 30% damage, so 30% damage of 30% damage. But because this one doesn't have a damage cap, I will basically hit for quite a lot harder than that, so we'll do that. I'll do this, and yeah, we're gonna get her ultimate as well. He almost hit damage cap. Alright, so now we just need to focus down one mob, and I usually like to go for the left hand side mob, because it's basically gonna remove like any sort of debuffs and stuff like that. He will also take the damage from this thing here. We do have an ultimate here that we can use if we want to. It's maybe not necessary, or maybe I'll just get it later, but I think I'll attack like that. We'll do this as well, and there's no way this does enough damage, so I might as well just buff myself by attacking like this. Maybe Thonar won't be able to deal damage. and we won't be able to kill him in this one turn, but I do have my or I will be able to get my ultimate soon enough, so it shouldn't really be a problem because I can merge these cards. I did get one orb there already. There's also another good thing about her Holy Relic is anytime you attack with her, you're of course gonna get one orb with everyone. But anyway, they're basically gonna step up the release of Ragnarok units. I'm just gonna make sure that this one dies because they're gonna get a revive on the second phase. But they're basically gonna increase the release of new Ragnarok units because they're gonna increase the rate at which we get like Ragnarok story, right? And of course, every single Ragnarok unit will kind of work with her, even though they might not specifically buff Ragnarok units. If you put them in a team with her, she will benefit from actually having that sort of Ragnarok unit in the team. So that's sort of one thing that makes her really good. And of course Freyr as well is a really good PvE unit, but like one thing that makes her specifically shine is she sort of works in both PvP and PvE. She doesn't work that great in either of those two types of content, but it's still sort of kind of okay-ish, I suppose. We'll go like this. She's kind of okay-ish in PvP. She's of course not the greatest unit ever. I mean, she's okay, and she's okay in PvE as well. Alright, maybe I should have gone for a healing, but it should be fine for floor 3. Now, she will of course get better in time when they release new god type units, when they release new Ragnarok unit. And who knows, like I personally think that if they ever release like a Demon King Meliodas, Demon King Zealous, or sort of any sort of Demon King unit, of course the Demon King is a god. So will he have the god type characteristic? Because it's not a race, it's not like the Goddess clan or the Demon clan, it's specifically a characteristic. So that could very well be a possibility that he will be a god type unit that will sort of benefit as well in not just say demon teams, but in god type teams as well, when we get some more like Ragnarok god units like Thor, like what was his name, Tyr, any of like the Norns, Skuld, Verdandi, and what was her, the final one, Urd? Is that it? Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, will she be able to survive? Okay, yeah, she did. This might hit damage cap. I think if I just go for Freyr attacks, that should hit hard enough. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Just gonna go single target attacks and just hope for the best here. Otherwise, I'll just have to reset. Because Donar is most definitely gonna die. Oh yeah, she's gonna die. I'll have to get lucky with card draw. I think that's what I have to do. Because she's taking way too much damage here, which is a little bit annoying. And she's basically not going to be able to heal back anything with her second attack. Because, yeah, she did heal back a little bit. If I attack with that as my fourth attack, will that be enough? So their Frey actually hit quite hard. These are very unfortunate card draws right here. I'm not gonna lie, that's very, very bad. And of course he focuses down her, even though she does have a grace. That's a little bit annoying. I'm not gonna lie. Like, will she be able to survive? Because if she can survive, then I don't have to re-record this and I can just keep talking from where I actually left off. But that depends. If he does another one of those attacks, I'm dead. Alright, I'm fine. Alright, it's fine. I was worried about nothing. I was being a big baby. Alright, we are not gonna heal her just yet, because I will have to do this, you know, just in case. I will attack like this, but I will use this card right here as well. We're of course gonna save the Freyja ultimate for the second phase, because it's gonna last us into the next phase as well. Alright, that's good. Now I can of course heal on the second phase. I don't really need to like top myself up on the third phase. I just need to kill the enemies, and that's what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna do this, 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 and this, I suppose. That should kill. And then whether or not we kill one of the wolves in one turn on the next phase is of course gonna depend on card draw. We're gonna try to do it, and they are of course gonna take the Abyss ultimate. We do this. This. This isn't really gonna do too much damage, and neither is the Freyr attacks, unfortunately. So we're just gonna do this anyway. We need to sort of chip him down. Otherwise, we're gonna have a hard time. Which of course with Freyr having the attack related stats reduction isn't really helping us. It's not helping us. But he will have his ultimate, and hopefully he won't have the attack-related stats reduction the next turn. Alright, he got some other thing. Thonar did get the attack-related stats reduction, but that's fine. We don't really need to attack with Thonar either. We just need to make sure that the units we actually attack with do have like the full Thonar passive up, and that of course is Freyja. But now as you can see, I do take a lot of damage with this team. It's not the best team, like having the one ultimate of course is better, and of course you can take like the 7% attack-related stats dip here by having the one ultimate instead, and instead of her you can have Skadi, and then instead of him you can have, well, I guess instead of him you can have Skadi, instead of her you can have the one ultimate. That team should sort of work out as well. And we're gonna do this. How close am I with this passive? Not close at all, so this has to be my final attack in the attack chain. So I guess that's what we do. Now he should hit damage cap twice. No problems there. I should have maybe focused the White Wolf if I thought I was close enough, because her AoE attack would have easily killed anyway. But it's kind of crazy to just see how much she actually crits in PvE content when you do have like a full Ragnarok team. And she works actually really well with her brother there, so I'm actually very impressed. Yeah, we do that. That should deal a lot of damage, hopefully. Alright. Now we don't have any unit that can sort of remove the buffs, which again is a little bit unfortunate. That's one of the things why I actually like to have Skadi over Freyr, but this is sort of a video where I'm taking Freyja and taking Freyr into sort of PvE content and I'm just having some fun. Should we try to win with Freyr's card here? I think that's gonna allow us to win, right? If not, Brunhild like is most likely gonna clutch it, so... Oh yeah, I think he's gonna kill. Alright. So that was the Freyja and Freyr against the Wolf's bosses, the SKOLL Hati. The team is kind of nice, Freyja is kind of nice. I'm sorry this video is very late, like almost 4 weeks late, 3.5 I believe, from when I was actually originally gonna release it. But I did sort of run it with like the bird boss and the deer boss, and it just got so long. And I tried to use like full Ragnarok team on like all of the different demonic beasts, and like the only like blue Ragnarok type unit, if you have a look here, the only other blue unit that is a Ragnarok type unit other than Megelda is this Meliodas. He's very bad. He's such a bad unit, man. Oh. But anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you liked it. That was the Freyja kind of showcase, not really showcase, but whatever. I just had some fun. Hope you had some fun watching this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. And yeah, guess I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.